Bertrand Russell was one of the most important British philosophers of the 20th century. He had many contributions in many human fields and provided new ways of looking at the world. One of his most well-known quotes is the following: "The trouble with the world is that the stupid are cocksure and the intelligent are full of doubt." I don't think this quote is like a law that applies 100% of the time. But it certainly applies a lot of the time. In my estimation, it applies about 85% of the time. This means that about 85% of the stupid people out there are cocksure and 15% of them are full of doubts and fears. Also, about 85% of the intelligent people are full of doubt and 15% of them are cocksure. Stupid people tend to act impulsively based on their genetic programming. In a sense, they are slaves to their biology. They are cocksure when taking action because their instincts tell them to act decisively and they trust their instincts. I'm not saying that there are no intelligent people who act impulsively. Certain intelligent people have a more impulsive personality. They reflect less and act more. These are the explorers of the world who take risks and discover new avenues of growth for our society and in their personal lives. Donald Trump is one example of an intelligent person who acts impulsively. He's obviously intelligent if you judge him based on the results that he got. He's a billionaire, won the presidential election in the United States, had many successful ventures and lives a lavish lifestyle. All of those results do not come easy to most people. So it's reasonable to conclude that he does certain things right. He didn't win all the time and he has a very well-developed persona which many people consider it a sign of stupidity. But looking at what he does, not necessarily at what he says and how he says it, you can easily conclude that he is not stupid. He's actually quite smart. Intelligent people trust their intellect more than their instincts or emotions. It's not that they do not trust their instincts at all or that they are necessarily out of touch with their emotions. But they are trusting their intellect more because they got results from it in the past, and also, many of them have a more logically based personality. So they have no choice but to trust their intellect more than their emotions. They are naturally good at thinking logically, and this makes them better able to use logic in their decision-making process. Intelligent people are full of doubt because they question reality. They do not trust what their senses perceive and they prefer to come up with a theory of how things work in the real world. They see patterns and they doubt what's in front of them. Instead, they trust more what their intellect tells them that it's the case. Initially, they are prone to make a lot of mistakes because they keep reinventing the wheel. But over time, they develop a better understanding of what's really going on in the real external world and in their inner world. As an analogy, you can think about the difference between a plumber and an MBA student. A plumber simply doesn't bother with going to college. Instead, he starts working earlier in life and earning money. On the other hand, the MBA student graduates from college and becomes part of the workforce later in life. But the MBA student ends up earning much more than the plumber. So it pays off in the end to be a good MBA student rather than a plumber because of the earning potential. The same goes for the stupid people who are cocksure versus the confident people who are full of doubt. If the intelligent person becomes confident, he will certainly become a force to be reckoned with in the long term. Even though early in life he might suffer from anxiety, doubt and timidity,